Today we're making fattoush. If you've never made fattoush or you don't know this dish, you're gonna wanna stay tuned because this is one of my favorite recipes. It's a Middle Eastern pita bread salad. Very simple, very easy, uses a lot of fresh pressed olive oil. And you guys maybe have tried some bread salads in the past. For example, a panzanella salad in Italy. Well, this is a Middle Eastern version. So I can't wait to share it with you. So let's get started. So in here, I have a pita bread, slice of pita bread. It's kind of the type that has the pocket in the middle. I did a small slit, ripped it in half. I have two beautiful halves of pita. Now, you can use leftover day-old pita. You don't have to use a fresh pita. You can, and this was originally made by farmers, where it was kind of a Middle Eastern farmer salad that used leftover stale pita bread, leftover from the night before. They would fry it up in olive oil and serve it. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. We're not gonna fry it today. We're actually gonna make we're gonna baste it with a lot of olive oil. So speaking of basting, but before we start that, let me show you guys what I had going in the fridge before this. So inside of here, inside of this jar, I have some grapes. See that, Megan? So these grapes, these are half red seedless grapes that have some apple cider vinegar on them. So they've been marinating in apple cider vinegar, and I basically toss them around every 5 minutes in the fridge while this pita was baking. So they've probably marinated for, 15, 20 minutes. And we're actually gonna use the apple cider vinegar and the juice from the raisins that were released as they were macerating to make our vinaigrette. So this is kind of a non-traditional fattoush salad and ingredient, but I think it's really cool and adds an interesting element to the salad. So back to the pita. So for the olive oil mixture on the pita, I've got plain olive oil. I have some toasted cumin here. Just regular cumin is fine. That's ground cumin. And I also have some cracked red pepper and a little bit of freshly minced garlic. So that all goes in the little bowl with some beautiful fresh pressed Chilean olive oil. Touch of salt, a little black pepper, and this makes this wonderful slurry. The aroma of the cumin and the chili and the garlic and the fresh olive oil. Guys, this is just intoxicating. So what I do, I get pretty liberal with this. Like I'm definitely like putting a nice coat on this pita bread. If you run a little low, you can always add a little bit more olive oil to the bowl. But I just really want to coat this nicely because this kind of bakes and gets really crispy, as I'll show you in a few moments, because I have a few that I've already baked in advance. Just kind of, so get this kind of nicely coated. This will bake for about 10 minutes and get nice and crispy. The olive oil will kind of work its way into all these little nooks and crannies and just really, if you guys could smell this, this is incredible. Anyway, plop that in the oven for about 10 minutes. Keep an eye on it. It will burn, so definitely keep an eye on it. Let me show you what the finished product looks like. So I pull it out and then I crumble it and set it aside. So as you can see, it really gets super crispy, and all the garlic starts to roast a little bit in there, and the olive oil and the chili and the cumin, just tons of flavor. So we're just layering this salad with lots of flavor, aroma. It's got really cool ingredients. There's two that are very rarely used in American kitchens, so I can't wait to show you those. And let me clean up a little bit, and we're going to take and start making our vinaigrette. So here we go, vinaigrette time. All right, so here we have the grapes that we've talked about, the pickled grapes. I've got the pickling liquid. Get out of there, I want all those that are possible. Okay, just kind of toss those like that. You know, I can go ahead and put them in the bowl actually. So here in the bowl, we've got some romaine, some frisee, just a little mix of greens. This is a clean out your refrigerator crisper drawer kind of salad. You can do about anything. You can add radishes, you can add a lot of cucumbers, you can add tomatoes. You can really just make this your own. A great way to make a quick summer salad. So, vinaigrette time. I have here in the bowl, I've got the vinegar that we talked about before that's with the been made with the grapes and the grape juice. I've got a little, you know, I'm gonna probably put in the yogurt next. I've got some beautiful full fat yogurt. I'm gonna put that in there. And so this is gonna make this dressing really creamy, nice and creamy. Got that. I've got some olive oil, not some, but some amazing fresh pressed olive oil. That's going in the bowl. The yogurt also acts to give it a little thickness on the vinaigrette. Make sure to get all that yogurt out of there because I really love the creaminess of this. So this has got this creaminess, the olive oil. I told you about those really unique ingredients that we were going to be playing with. One is sumac. If you guys have never used sumac, it's a wonderful addition. It's got a lot of health benefits. Where's the container? I was going to show that. So this is ground sumac. Really, really yummy. It's got a beautiful color to it. You can sprinkle it on your hummus. You can put it on your salads. Like there's a lot. You can use it in rubs on meats. It has kind of a citrusy flavor. It's a ground berry that's used a lot in Middle Eastern cooking. So I'm going to put the sumac powder in there. See that color? It kind of has a citrusy, kind of a tart flavor. Another ingredient I want to add in is pomegranate molasses. I don't know if you guys have ever used pomegranate molasses. I love it. Well, I've used it for anything from desserts to lamb. It's really good with lamb, but it's used a lot in the Middle East. I'm going to try a sip. Basically, it's a very thick, reduced pomegranate juice reduction is all it is. And you can actually make your own as well at home, but we just buy this one. It's just quick and easy. It's fresh, low ingredients. In fact, it's just one ingredient. It's just reduced pomegranate, but it's so tart. Great in seltzer, vinaigrettes, marinade for lamb. Like really, there's a ton of uses for it. I'm gonna place a little bit of the pomegranate molasses right in, and there's no molasses in there. It's just pomegranate juice. I put a little bit of that in there as well. Look at that color, that beautiful pink color. Now, the next step is, I think we'll dress it and then add the herbs in there, and so the herbs don't get all mixed up in the vinaigrette. So let me whisk this a little bit more, see if I can incorporate some of that olive oil. I'm gonna put a smidge of salt, a little bit of pepper in there. So this creamy yogurt dressing, this Middle Eastern dressing is really great. You could add some lemon juice if you wanted, if you didn't have the sumac as well. Move this all over here. So in the bowl, you get close enough to see this, Megan? So I've got my grapes, I've got my greens. I'm gonna pour over the creamy yogurt dressing. I got this recipe, this version of Fattoush salad off of the Milk Street website. I love Chris Kimball, and yeah, he's a great chef and great teacher. I also want to start adding my other ingredients. So I've poured over the yogurt dressing. I want to add some cucumbers, those in there. Fattoush salad always has these, let's say 2 ingredients. Well, 3 olive oil, okay, 3 ingredients. Pita, herbs, and olive oil. So you're always gonna have your pita, which is right here, that we've toasted and crumbled. So these are gonna soak up that yogurt dressing as well, but will continue to be nice and crispy. This is some fresh mint, like it's very herbal. I love a lot of mint in this dish. And then my other favorite ingredient in this dish is the dill. And it's a lot of dill, actually. So it's got a ton of herbal flavor. So when you get in here really close. I mean, look at this. This looks so heavenly. This is so beautiful. So you've got all that dressing kind of permeating. The pita chips are gonna start soaking up that wonderful vinaigrette that we made, that creamy yogurt dressing. You've got the sweetness of the grapes. You've got the bold, fresh olive oil in there. I mean, this salad, I mean, it's perfect, easy, entertaining. It's a little bit different, like not everyone has had this salad, so I think it's a great addition to your repertoire. And yeah, I invite you to try it. So I'm gonna plate a little bit here. So I've tossed it nicely. And I like to serve it pretty quickly. I don't like the pita to sit around and get like completely soggy. Like I like to do it a la minute, or at the very last minute, to the minute, and serve it right away, because that will preserve all that texture, the beautiful texture that you will get in that crispy pita that's in there. There you go, something like that. Now to the fun part, we get to try it. Let's step over here. Oh, look at that. The pita, the herbs, the grapes. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so yummy. All right, here goes nothing, guys. Wow. You know what's amazing is the cumin and the way that the garlic roasted on the pita as it was being baked, and adds this incredible roasted garlic, cumin. I love the sweetness of the grapes in there. I really invite you to try this more interesting, evolved version of this dish at home. If you guys have made fattoush before, I'd love to hear in the comments, like any secrets or the things you like to add. You can make it your own as long as you have pita, olive oil, a lot of herbs. Greens are great. Like I said, you could add tomato, you could add radish, you could add really any wonderful, fresh, crisp vegetable that you have in your crisper. So incorporate this in your salad repertoire. Include these items in your pantry because they're really cool to have around and to tinker with, and they play very well with fresh pressed olive oil. So thank you guys for tuning in, and happy fattoush.